A top of the table head-to-head. An absolutely pivotal afternoon. Plymouth are deserved front runners. Sheffield Wednesday are so tight, so hard to score against. It doesn't get any bigger than first versus second, and the football fixture gods have given us a top of the table head-to-head in League One, as leaders Plymouth travel to second place Sheffield Wednesday. This could be an absolutely pivotal afternoon in what has already been a gripping League One promotion race. Plymouth lead the way with a 3-point lead over Wednesday in the title race, and in the automatic promotion race, the Pilgrims hold a 7-point lead over Ipswich and the rest of the chasing pack. Plymouth are deserved front runners after a formidable season thus far. Michael Cooper is having the year of his life in goal. Their finishing has been ruthlessly good, with the goals shared out amongst a group of excellent attackers. Despite being no slouches away from home, the points total is built on an unbelievable home record. 13 wins out of 14 EFL games. That is a stunning 93% of available points taken. In many other seasons, Plymouth's 2.18 points per game would have seen them away and clear as we approach the 30-game mark. But as furious as Argyle's pace has been, in the reality we live in, Sheffield Wednesday are right there with them, breathing down their neck. Now, Wednesday can't touch Plymouth's imperious home record, but they can in terms of solidity and defence, with the fewest goals conceded and the most clean sheets out of anyone in League One. Wednesday come into this big matchup on a run of 5 straight EFL wins, 15 games undefeated. In fact, in League One competition, Sheffield Wednesday have only lost 1 of their past 20 games. And I think we can all guess who that was against. Plymouth. That first league meeting between these two sides at Home Park ended 2-1 to Plymouth and spelled out a lot of the main themes we're going to see this season. Ryan Hardy showcased Plymouth's lethal finishing on the counter-attack. Sheffield Wednesday showed how competitive they were by getting straight back into the game with an equaliser, but they couldn't get themselves ahead, with Michael Cooper superb in the Argyle goal. Wednesday fans questioned boss Darren Moore's call to pull out Josh Windass and Barry Bannon with 15 still on the clock, and Plymouth, as they tend to this season, got the job done at home with super sub Sam Cosgrove doing his bit for that very collaborative attacking roster and delivering a late winning goal. We'll get on to the potential match winners, lineups, etc. for this one very imminently. But first, if you're enjoying the video, why not support me over on Patreon? You'll get some exclusive bonus content and the chance to debate with me face to face, and the rest of the gang, of course, in our regular monthly roundtable discussions. Hopefully, with your support, I can do this for a living very soon. From a Plymouth point of view, you'd imagine they'll need star keeper Cooper to keep his usual high standards. I really like 2 of the loanees. Wingback Barley Mumba, he delivered in both of the high-pressure head-to-head games against Ipswich. And Jay Matete seems to have made a really good start in central midfield since arriving from Sunderland on loan 3 games ago. I've mentioned the rotating cast of attackers at Plymouth. Ryan Hardy has led the line in the number 9 spot in the last 2 in the league. And the blow of losing on loan Morgan Whittaker, well, that's been cushioned by the return of Finn Azaz, the arrival of Callum Wright too. That front 3 registered 4 goal contributions in the last game. And don't forget the others, Ennis and of course Cosgrove, who came off the bench to decide that first meeting back in October. For Sheffield Wednesday, Darren Moore made the big call to swap the keepers out and bring Cameron Dawson in 6 EFL games ago. I, along with many others, questioned that, but he's been rewarded with 5 clean sheets in those 6 games so far. Aidan Flynn adds depth now on loan at centre-back, with Mark McGuinness returning to Cardiff after his loan. Ehekwe and Hennigan have both been long-term absentees. And of course, we've got to mention Barry Bannon. Saturday's FA Cup game saw the return of the brilliant Scottish midfielder for the last 28 minutes after pretty much a month on the sidelines. If he is anywhere near ready, surely he comes in and starts in such an important game. Up top, Josh Windass, Michael Smith and Lee Gregory feels like a very seasoned League One frontline. They started the last EFL game. Now, before I give my thoughts on a winner, let's just outline what each outcome would mean in terms of the title race and indeed the automatic promotion race. A Plymouth win gives them a 6-point lead over Sheffield Wednesday at the top with 17 to play and would maintain their large cushions over all of the chasers. Psychologically, it would be huge too, not only via winning away at the closest rivals, but the tripwires seem to be getting less and less with only 3 of the top 8 left to play in the run-in. From a Wednesday perspective, a defeat would then conversely feel like a very big blow. Certainly in the short term, they'd be forgiven for stopping looking up ahead and maybe looking a little bit behind over their shoulders. A Sheffield Wednesday win, and it's absolutely game on in the title race. Maybe Wednesday would have the momentum. They'd go top on goal difference and hold a game in hand. Obviously, the distance between second and third wouldn't change, but you could potentially shrink the gap between first and fifth by 3 points with a Wednesday win. And the draw, well, on the one hand, neither side has to lose to their most direct rival, but a point obviously disappears out of the league table. It's fine, of course, if you then follow up that draw with a win, but I would point out that Sheffield Wednesday's next EFL fixture, third place Ipswich away. So what I would suggest is a draw maybe suits Plymouth slightly better. And that is probably a good way to lead into prediction time. If they do win, I think Plymouth make a huge leap towards promotion, but I'm not sure that they will. Sheffield Wednesday are so tight, so hard to score against, and Plymouth have only won 1 of their previous 7 league away games. I will say though, Argyle have gone to top 5 sides Bolton and Ipswich in their past 2 away games in a horrible EFL run. They've drawn both and it's worked out pretty well given their home record. I'm wondering whether we're going to get a third similarly low scoring, tight and ultimately level head-to-head involving Plymouth. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comments. How do you see this massive promotion head-to-head going? Now, people tend to let their hearts be the deciding factor in these matchups where things are so finely matched. Save that for the terraces and tell me using your head, okay? If you're a Plymouth or a Wednesday fan, who comes out on top on Saturday and why? And for the rest of the season, and indeed, why? Ipswich, Derby, Bolton fans, what would be your preferred result in the short term and in the long term, knowing that one or both teams are guaranteed to drop points this weekend? Ooh, I cannot wait. That is the lowdown on the big head-to-head and indeed the promotion shake-up at the top of League One. But who might be coming in the opposite direction? Click here to see my take from earlier in the month on the Championship relegation and who may well be dropping through the trapdoor into League One.